These go in here, like so. No weight, saves the elbows and shoulders.
Nothing like a walk in the countryside, mate.
Usually we're walking to get your card, pull it out, aren't we? So I usually go about 100mm through. That's where I've got a strip to. So this is the difference when you get a contractor out. That's why when you do this, you just overstrain her a bit. We should have timed this. We're starting to lift up shortly in the gully. I need to touch more. Good leverage on these bars. I went like that, like so. They will be going in the back of the ute.
Viceman strainer boards are no stranger to the channel. We've already tried them out with Ted and Brad on a long run and found them to be exceptional. But what happens when you've got mesh that's too high for your standard strainer boards? Do you have to go out and buy another set? Well, it turns out you don't. This kit promises to let you take off your standard foot, slot in your extension, and you're back in business. Ted, how you going, mate?
Good, Tim, yourself?
Not too bad. Ready to try out the new toys, the 1400 high Viceman?
Yep.
Now, you've tried these before. You've tried the standard 3-foot high ones, and you were pretty impressed with them?
I was.
So this is simply the 900mm high set with an extension bar on both.
Yep.
And we've left the original claw in place so you can still work on 900 without having to take them apart again.
Yep. That'd be handy.
I'm also going to give you these, mate.
The Road Rage tools.
That's a bit of overkill, isn't it?
It is, but I've used them once before with you and they're grouse.
So the Wyman boundary strainers with the extra long chain, we're going to team these up with the Viceman strainers and see how we go, dominating some 4-foot high equimesh.
It's 200 metres going up that hill.
Yeah.
But I've got a running strainer in the middle, so it's 100 metres each way.
How's it fitting through the equimesh?
Voila, like so. They go up the fence line.
So in the opposite direction to where you're going to strain?
Yep.
And it looks like you're putting the lugs through that plate?
Yep, and then just rotate. Now with equimesh, it could be, there we go, that worked. It could just be a tad difficult because we've got the knots, but it all works anyway. Just needs that extra 5 seconds of play.
Yeah. These
go in here, like so.
Okay, so they go into a little catch to hold them in place?
Yeah. And I've just got to pull that fella out to keep him in line with the strainer board. Just goes in there like so.
And now you just connect your strainers to the D-shackles and strain away.
And that way.
The next hassle, of course, when you're straining up long sections of mesh is you always run out of chain. Not with the boundary strainer kit. There are meters and meters of chain, so we're just going to wrap this around the post in 2 locations and strain back to the strainers. With these strainer boards, you actually pass the chain through the mesh that you're straining. We'll show you how.
There, Timothy. Yep.
Positives and negatives of long chains.
There is. At least you always got enough of it though.
Bit easier with that long handle, mate.
Very, no weight, saves the elbows and shoulders. You just need like a metre of clearance though around you.
And don't forget your safety glasses, eh?
Gotta have your safety glasses, Timothy.
Now you've got that chain through the mesh very close to where you're straining, so it's not going to foul you when you're tying up to the end post?
Nope. Well, I hope not. Righto, Tim, go for a walk and flick that up.
Nothing like a walk in the countryside, mate.
Yeah, usually we're walking to get your card to pull it out, aren't we?
Now Ted, you'd have to be one of the best practitioners of prefabricated mesh straining that I've seen.
Ooh.
What are you doing right now, mate?
Tricks of the trade, Tim. I've seen how far I've got to cut my tails. So I usually go about 100mm through, 150mm through, wrap around the post, come to there, so that's 720mm. And you just put the tape down there.
And that's where you got to strip to?
That's where I've got to strip to. And just cut it down. This pair is, I shouldn't be cutting them with the wire, I shouldn't be using them to cut the wire, sorry, because these are me not to cut the knots out. So, and then pull that tight, so I'll be cut that knot about there, I'd say. Probably a good job for you, Tim, this. Just go down and cut. That's where you cut to, then you've got to strip all these out. Some staple it on, some do different 4,000 other ways. This is how I do it. Nice and neat. Takes a bit longer to do.
So you're leaving the bottom wire intact and the top wire intact and stripping everything else off in a methodical fashion.
Yeah, so the reason I do that is so you haven't got wires mucking around everywhere, and there's only one set of wires to pick up afterwards, which you'll soon find out at the end.
Even though they're Nipex, the tips do eventually break out on these things, don't they?
They do, and then you grind them down.
Very good.
So, no. Another pair of pliers.
So now we're removing the top and bottom wires. Now these are crimped on.
Well, yeah, wound on.
Wound on.
Yes. There we go.
So don't use your new Nipex for this job.
No.
This is what you do with old Nipex that are past their prime.
These are the worn out ones.
Now some people would just leave the dags on the wire.
Of course they would.
But you don't believe in that?
Nope. Because I wouldn't want it on my own property like that. So, would you leave them on, Tim?
I have in the past.
Have you?
Yeah.
You're an honest man. I have in the past too, but now I just take that.
Just that next step, isn't it?
Yeah, it's taking an extra 10 minutes to do. Now I said that, now I can't get that on. There we go. What did you bring for morning tea?
Some Boston bun, mate.
Ooh.
Got you thinking now, hasn't it?
Yeah. You bring a tub of butter?
No.
You got to have butter.
No,
well, at least a tub.
No, I'm thinking of your health, mate.
Butter keeps the joints lubricated.
Maybe that's your moisturiser.
Heck. Nah, I've milked cows for that long. I'll tell you what was good, the teat cream.
Yeah, right.
Cure anything, that stuff.
Now there's a method to everything with you, isn't there, Ted? You've got all your wires now all lined up with all the little cut-off crimps all down the bottom, and when you take your wires off the bottom run last, everything's all in place and you leave nothing in the paddock.
That's the plan. So this is the difference when you get a contractor out or a couple of contractors out to do this or any job. And the homeowner, 9 times out of 10 go for the cheaper quote. But then if they just ask a few questions, how's it tied off? Do you staple it off? Do you do this? Do you put 3 metre posts in for the main strainer?
It's educating the customer, isn't it?
That's it.
Now, do you believe that the customer should dictate to you what the fence is, or you should dictate to the customer what the fence is?
Well, we're the ones doing it every day of the week. The customer could work at Safeway, Holden, whatever. We're the guys who do this every day of the week.
So that is a big issue, isn't it? People will tell you what you want.
Because, oh, my friend's auntie's brother's sister done it this way and it works good. Well, your friend's brother's auntie's sister might be a fencing contractor. So
stick to your guns, mate. Always do a good job the way you want it to done.
That's it. When you go do a quote, tell the people. If you get another quote and it's cheaper, give us a hoy. There's always a reason why it's cheaper, and there's always a reason why a contractor's booked out for 2 years in front of him.
Now, you don't have a lot of room to move with your top knot here, mate?
No, very little. That's why when you do this, you just overstrain her a bit.
Give yourself a bit of wiggle room.
Is that what you call it, Tim? wiggle room.
Yeah, wiggle room.
We'll get it. Somehow, there'll be a way that my fingers will get cut up and bleed. Go home at the end of the day knowing it's done right. Oh, chances of that, Tim. I'll just leave him like that.
So you're forming the fence before you finish the knots.
That's it. As you can see, this bottom one just needs a bit more.
So you're watching the picket wire there as your strain gauge. For me, that would be an assumption.
Every now and again you might get one knot, so I have to be careful here, Tim. There's optic fibre going through this paddock.
That'd be an embarrassing phone call.
That's the type of thing where you just go, right, I'm going to Mexico or somewhere.
It's another handy use for that spare hook, isn't it?
Pardon?
It's another handy use for that spare hook.
You're giving all the tricks away today. We should have timed this.
All right, mate, we're up the other end. Now, you took the strainers off last time before I got the camera out. It was so quick, so we're going to have to make sure that we get footage of you taking the strainers off this time.
Yeah. And
they're fully reversible, so we can strain either way.
That's it. We've added another one of these on too.
Yeah, so that means if we've got a 900 fence, you can strain either direction and just use the top.
Any which way.
Beautiful. There you go, mate. Better do it quick.
Righto.
Show us what you can do.
So that bottom, last time, so that is
I'm just going to put this down here. I'm going to grab the camera. So you got all the lugs pushed through the mesh?
Yep. Kind of.
Kind of?
Kind of. Hammer it.
Where's your hammer?
Usually about 6 inches at arm's reach.
Don't need one with this, do you?
No, because this is done.
Did you just say that fencing's fun?
Yeah, it can be.
Oh no.
It can be very fun. Until something goes wrong, or you get zapped by electric fence you're installed. Can you just hold the top of that, cameraman?
Sure, got it.
Usually Bradley will be there.
Where is Bradley?
On another job. You're on another job, Bradley.
Rightio.
Peace and quiet too, isn't it? Oh. Righto, that's it done there. So you'll just go just below that stay wide, Tim.
You're fencing in swamp today, mate.
Pardon?
You're fencing in swamp today, mate.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Something a bit different.
We can't all have the same experience every day, can we?
No.
Tell you what, there's chains along.
They are. You'll be out in the road shortly. So the trick was that there. So you'll be coming through about here somewhere, I reckon.
Now you just got to be careful as you're crimping this up that this bend in the wire doesn't increase, doesn't it? Correct.
Or you've got a knot in that salvage wire that it can catch on to. There you go.
Wow.
Just going to give it a few more clicks. That wire will be starting to lift up shortly in the gully. The bottom's tight, the top's loose. So once we get this one right, we just take the weight up with this fella, get that top nice and tight. Bingo bango, Tim.
And you reckon you're getting more strain with these?
The winch has only got like an 8-inch handle.
You've got about 3 feet there.
That's good. We'll go down and assess, Tim. That's good. There we go.
Well, that's 100 metres through a gully.
So there's 100 metres going that way. There's 100 metres going back up that way, Tim. Going for the gully. I reckon there's a touch more on the bottom and the top, and we should be good. But that's nearly there.
There's a fascination some people have with taking the crimps out of this wire, but it's not necessary, is it? And in fact, it ruins the wire.
The crimps?
The tension crimps.
Ah, no, don't take them out, no. It does ruin the wire. The wire's still got to have some stretch to it. Yeah, now what are they called? A positive crimp, I'm pretty sure they call them, or a negative crimp. Yeah, no, if you're straining to get them out, I don't think end assembly is going to last too much longer. I'm just going to give it a couple more to overstrain it, just so we can tie it off, because from there to the post you're not going to get it tight like what that is. So we just go a bit more, and then once we tie it off, and then the tension goes back nicely as we want it. Top and bottom. Righto, that's ready to be stripped and tied off, Tim.
Okay, now take me through your method for figuring out how many to strip, because if you get one wrong, it's a lot of extra work.
Well, when you one of these less as well, it's harder.
Yeah, that's
so,
right.
Grab something.
Yeah, we've just got a bit of string. Now, where are we going to hold this?
Righto, this is quite important actually, because how many times I've done it, just think, oh yeah, and then it's too short.
So you're starting off on the face of the fence?
Yep, so about that much,
yeah,
5 inches or whatever. Go around your post as if it was the wire, and just go to any crimp, or hug the post. So there's a crimp there I've gone to, or a wrap around there.
Yeah, righto. Yep. That's your length?
Yep. And then,
so this is just on the face of the post, yep, nearest to you?
Then grab that's how much wire we need to tie this fence off. So just hold that there, and just go, see, we ended up on a crimp, on a thing. So we'll go there.
Okay.
We'll just chop that out.
Now you and Brad go really fast with the stripping. Show us how you use your fingers here, mate.
I'm faster than Bradley. Yeah.
So index finger behind, thumb on top?
Yep. It varies.
Now I'm going to have to get you to slow down there, mate. Index finger behind, thumb on top.
I'll tie him off once that chain's gone. Just put that chain back in there, and that should just grip like so, nicely. How easy is that?
That chain guide helps, doesn't it?
It did. I thought I had the chain going for the link then. Anyway, put them back in my little black bag. No bull ants. Right, we'll get this bottom one off. Use that little.
Got a bull ant, mate?
It's a bull ant in my pants.
Beautiful Yarra Valley.
Didn't get me though. In Park Orchards, one bit me on the doodle about 4 months ago. Harks Bradley. Never been in so much pain in my life. Another one there, righto.
Now, these are easy to take off, mate. Where's your hammer?
About 5 inches away where I can't reach it. That was me, mother. That's not the top, that was me opening that up.
I think you've done your fence up really tight, mate.
Well, I have, but I'm not sure there's another bull ant in there or not. And I went like this, and it just fell down the back, like so.
Well mate, all finished, just in time for the rain.
Yep.
Got a nice fence across the gully now. Strainer boards, what do you reckon?
They're good.
2 pieces, no tools.
No tools, 900 or 1200. Probably get away with a 1400 if there's a 1400 variant.
And they didn't put much of a crimp in the wire, did they?
No, no, very minimal.
Because you're used to normally getting a bit of a shallow crimp in the wire.
Yeah,
with
sharp
other
V
strainer
off
boards.
the other strainer boards, yeah.
Yeah, not the case with these ones.
No.
What about these things?
Good.
Boundary strainers.
Yeah, they're really good.
You want to put them in the back of your ute, don't you?
Oh, that not. I want to. They will be going in the back of the ute.
All right, mate. Thank you very much. Thanks, as always, Ted, for all the tips and the techniques.
No, welcome.
And this time we've got some fantastic tools. If you guys are interested, get onto Wireman. There's a link in the description. If you want to see more videos like this and you want to see Ted again, make sure you share it with someone who you reckon could do a better job at fencing. Cheers very much, mate.
Thank you.
The next hassle, of course, when you're straining up. Oh, you're hilarious.
You're on the camera. The right tool for the job. That tree's right in the way, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that's all right.
It's an apple tree.
What are we going to say? It's fully reversible?
Any direction, any which way.
Unidirectional.
Well, is that a word, unidirectional?
And as you said to me the other day, you never buy a tool that can only do one thing.
Except the cameraman. The trick was last time, put that the fucking glasses